Okay. Leona Lewis singing Ave Maria. This is Vader's pet pig's request. Over the years, she has a lot of her agility and power. She's lost a lot of her agility and power. Hope you like this, though. This was filmed during quarantine. Oh, that's exciting. Let's do this. Leona Lewis, Ave Maria. Oh, yes. Okay. This is interesting because the last time we heard Leona Lewis was a very different context, and her vocals were also very different. Now, being something that was performed during quarantine, all vocal artists were kind of put out of work, regardless of your level, right? And we've watched a lot of amazing quarantine videos here. And Leona Lewis is someone who's had such a huge career. And she's also singing something that's a little bit out of her genre. But the artistry and the beauty that she brings to it, while it might not be the same like technical virtuosity that she has in other scenarios, it's so sensitive and nothing takes us out of what's happening in her as an artist while she's singing this. There's nothing that's distracting, right? Patreon.com/Charlie Calotta, which is my name. That's how you request. Now, mind you, like she's not a well, she has a lot of really good traits of classical technique. However, she's not a classical singer. And the way she's singing this, while it wouldn't hold up technically in like my sphere, in the classical singing sphere, as a performer, it is absolutely, a beautiful way of approaching this song. The sensitivity, the loveliness, the attention to each word and each line, and despite any fatigue and anything that's going on in her voice, the through line of the way she's singing this is absolutely gorgeous. Also, mind you, her Latin is spectacular, like absolutely amazing, and it's spectacular because it's all working for her voice. There's nothing working against her voice in the language she uses. So let's just go back a little bit and keep listening, and I'll make a little bit of commentary. It's Latin. like that ventris, right? She's not going to a wide open Sorry, not sorry. She's not going to wide open ventris. She's ventris to keep it all in line with her resonance. Keep it all pretty and beautiful. That's smart singing right there. That's big brain singing right there. That's totally cool, Janelle. I really like one thing I really love about this shot, this like wide close-up shot, is that we can totally see everything that's happening, which is quite minimal, which is really good. So if we see here, what's going on? What's up, Scraggles? Good morning. It's been a little while. So if we see here, completely relaxed jaw, with a little bit of a smile, creating that space in the back that colors the sound in such a nice way. And then her upper lip is relaxed to the point that it allows the voice to resonate more. If you have a tight upper lip or anything, I mean, none of the singers we watch have that tight upper lip, but if you use a tight upper lip, it's going to cut off some of that resonance, right? All right, back up. Yes, Capriani. Okay, this is a really good point. This is a really good point. Latin, as Capriani just said in chat, Latin, nobody knows how it's pronounced. It's a dead language. No one speaks it anymore outside of like the church and, you know, parts of the church. But no one knows how it's pronounced, right? Because it was not used for so long. So we don't have like an actual idea of how it's properly supposed to be used. However, this is what I love about, this is what I love about Latin, is that the way it's been formulated for singers is we've optimized the sound to be a language that can be sung so easily. Because when Latin is used, a large portion of it is done in singing pieces that are probably of religious, Ave Maria. You know, it's a prayer. It's a Schubertian song. This text is not, uncommon to find in a lot of music that's used at weddings and funerals and lots of different types of religious services. But that being said, the way that we have learned to accept the pronunciation in singing is just to optimize how it works in the voice. So while you go to Italy, there is Italian Latin. If you go to Germany, there's German Latin. In America, people just decide to go one way or the other, usually Italian Latin, not so much German Latin, though some people still prefer the German Latin, especially depending on who wrote the song. Squeaky. Whoops. So in that sense, it's like a super interesting thing that we don't have with other languages, whereas like if you were singing in French, for example, and you are singing in like singing French, because we've learned how to do singing French versus regular French, and there's spoken French. And if you're going to sing like you sing spoken French, it's not going to sound the same than if you sing how we as classical singers have been trained to sing and sung French, if that makes sense. Latin doesn't have that issue. We don't have a spoken Latin to get in the way of the actual sound of sung Latin, if that makes sense. And the way that she's doing this, again, perfectly suits her singing. Nice suspension. A little ease in there. Nice. Oh, okay. So, look, candidly, I've sung this song at probably like 60 funerals. And it's a beautiful song, and it's not easy to sing. It's definitely thrown us for a ringer one time or another. But the way she approaches this, regardless of how she's feeling vocally or whatever, it's so refreshing. It's like such a nice take, such a beautiful take on a song that sometimes can be overdone. Sometimes this, the Schubert the Schubert arrangement of Ave Maria can sometimes be overdone. However, it's so the way she does this at the end, especially, she creates suspense in that held note when she needs it. When it adds a little bit to the performance of it. It gives us this like sense of floating. The entire time she's singing, it's just this light, airy. It's a prayer. It's an homage. It's a gratitude, right? And it's so gorgeous. Let's just listen to the end again. At no point is she like belting. At no point is she giving any chest voice. At no point is she driving the sound too heavily. Everything we get here is in that really lovely, finessed, refined, technically virtuosic head voice floating space. She never drops that. That's difficult for any singer at any level, just to keep that light sensation in the voice. Because it requires such a refined flow of air. And we know she can do more than that. We've heard her do more of that. But the way she's singing here, it's just all in that light. This is not my range. This is not my kind of thing. But it just sits there and it floats and it has ring in it. And I'm assuming she's using a condenser mic. But it's amazing. Oh, Capped. Well, take care. I'm glad you could be here for at least a little bit of it. Let me make sure I'm not going to skip your request. Oh, you don't have a request this month. That's okay. Cool. Have a great night. Janelle, we'll see you in a bit. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, we go from heaven to hell real fast, Oracle. Ugh. This is such an awesome excerpt. Vaders, I'm really glad you shared this because I wouldn't have sought this out. I didn't know Leona Lewis made this kind of recording, especially during quarantine. Amazing. Does she have a new Christmas album coming out soon? Because that would be something that I am totally interested in. Okay.